Morning guys, morning girls, and today we're going to, this morning we're going to do probably just a brief video. It's probably going to be brief. We're going to just unbox the new 19-inch rack mount case I bought for my CB radio build and see if it's ideal for purpose. It better be. Cost enough. It wasn't mega expensive, but it was expensive enough. Anyway, let's get to camera. Good morning, Chris. Let's get to bench one and get it unboxed. Good morning, Harvey. Just making some porridge. You're always eating, you, Harvey. I think you got a tapeworm, mate. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Let's put the laptop on. So, let's just turn this camera mount. It's got caught. It's facing slightly the wrong way. That's it. Right. Let's just lift this up a little bit. There we go. No, it'll come down a bit, isn't it? There we go. Right, that should do us. Right, so we don't need really much going on here. What we're going to do, we're going to just unbox. And I'll show you what I got. Would help us open the blade, wouldn't it? Why is it you get it on right on the joint, it always comes off? You never get it. There we go. Right. I'm hoping it should be. I'm hoping this is what I bought. Oh, hey, that looks good, guys. Not a lot of packing in here, but then again, you don't really need a lot of packing. It's only a case, there's nothing actually in it. And we'll take this apart and see how well it's made. And for £60, I'm expecting a pretty good job. I'm expecting a pretty nice job for the price. Right, here we go, guys. Right, and there we have it. Don't know whether that's the right way up or the wrong way up. Is there a way up for it? Yeah, there is. Yep. Right. So what we've got here, guys, it's all nice and loose at the front. It's got Allen bolts on the front, which is a nice touch. It's an aluminium front. Just get the laptop sorted out. There we go. And what we'll do, we'll go through this. I'll just show you around it, because everything that's going to be used in it is going to be put inside, so we'll know where it all is. There's the front. Well, no holes in it yet. The back, no holes in it. Believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, in the next couple of months, next few weeks even, this is going to slowly transform into a dual band base station CB radio. I don't normally go for dual band, but I am doing because, well, why not? I think that's pretty nice. Don't get handles with it. The handles are not missing, they just don't come with it. But yeah, what we'll do now, guys, we'll find a implement for which to screw with. I don't know where Mr. Green is. So there's old Stubby. Oh, there he is. I was going to use old Stubby. Right, just wait for him to come up. There we go. Yeah, this is my. Yep. This is my. What do you call it, guys? This is my doofer. My new box. And this is over the next few weeks. Just see if anyone's there for watching. I don't eat much at all, lol. Yeah, right. Yeah. Harvey! I believe you, mate, honestly. So what we'll do, we'll take the top off. It's all nice and loose, this. Let's find something to put the fucking screws in. Because we don't want to fucking lose them. That'll do. Apart from that's got fucking holes in the bottom of it. Right. So, don't know how substantial them screws are. Don't know whether they'll shear the minute you try tightening them to any degree. I don't know what quality they are. It doesn't matter. Because if I'm not happy with the quality of the fittings, I'll just change them. Want to just see what we've got in here, guys. I mean, there's nothing in it, obviously. I just want to look at the quality inside, and yeah, that one's a bit tight. There we go. It'll give me an idea of where everything's going to go. I mean, I've roughly marked it out. I marked it out on my piece of paper, as we know. But whether my piece of paper matches the front, that'd be interesting. It's probably a lot fucking bigger. It shouldn't be, because I measured it 19 inches. No, actually, it's exactly right. If I move that down, move that to there, move that to there. No, actually, guys, my technical drawing is getting better, because that's absolutely exactly as I drew it, and it's to scale pretty much. Well, my technical drawing is improving, although I'm by no means an expert. Yeah, so let's lift the lid off. That feels good and substantial, guys. That does. It's got a bend in it. It's got a bend in it. That's it. We've got that out. That is nice and thick, and that's quite weighty, that, guys. That's not bad. And look how much room we've got. Enough room in there for Harvey's sandwiches. There we go. So we've got machined Allen bolts. This is all loose, this, guys. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to build a Fidelity CB2000 FM in here, which will probably go here somewhere. There'll well be enough room for that, because we've got it on the bench here, guys. We've got it on the bench here. And remember, we're not using all this. So if I take the top off, even with the top on, we're not using all this, but look how much room we've got. You lose that in there, because what we're doing, we're going to have this is going to be mounted up all this front's going to be coming off. This is going to be mounted up, but it's going to be on standoffs. So the board's going to come to about here. And it is going to be this way up for the purpose of tuning. And the bottom of this will be removable for the purpose of getting to the bottom of the board should you need to. We'll sort all that out. I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet, but we will sort that out. So we're going to mount this in here, but we've got the metal work for it. We've got the standoffs here, so we're going to be mounting that in here. Let's see who else has just come in, if anybody. Somebody, what's that there? I don't understand. Why can't it be in English? Whoever it is has put a thumbs up, so yeah, English please. I can't read that. That's Chinese or Japanese or some fucking other knees. I don't know what that is. But it can't be that bad. You put a thumbs up. Let me just blow my nose on me cleanest dirty rag. Me cleanest dirty rag. Well, remember guys, we're going to be putting a power supply in here as well. So we're going to be putting, what I want to try and do, guys, I can't weld to the aluminium. And I don't want to weld to the back, so it's all going to be nut and bolted really. But I certainly can't weld to here. What I'm going to do, guys, what I'm actually going to do, this front will be coming off. Because we're going to be taking it off to drill it and mark it up and everything. And I've also ordered some nice knobs as well, some nice attractive knobs to go on here. There's my channel knob. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. That's gonna go that way. Oh, no, it could go that way. That's going to go that way because then it'll be the right way up. Otherwise the channels will be upside down. So it'll go that way in. And that'll come through. Ooh, that's going to be fucking tight. We'll get that in there. Get that a bit further back in. That into there. So we're right back there, as far back as we can get. Now that'll do. I might have to get some knob extenders. Or failing that, yeah, that is not got a lot of thread on it, guys. I think the knobs themselves have. Let's have a look at that scrap Harrier. So you've got the scrap Harrier. See, the metal that they use is a lot thinner. Let me just nip one of the knobs off here. One of the controls. We're not using these controls, but we can nip one off just for check purposes. I think these will come through, but the channel control I might have to make other arrangements, but I think we'll get these through. See, I'm taking this one off because this is one of the original Harrier knobs. One of them ain't. I think it's this end one here. Not an original knob. But see if the Harrier ones fit, the Fidelity ones will. Because I want these. Let's clip this off. Whoever put that on there wasn't me. Whoever put that on there needs to learn more about soldering. It's a mess. Anyway, let's put that back down there for a minute. So we may have to get creative. So if I get the, where's that gone? Oh, fucking hell. There we go. Right. Who's there? Morning, Jason. Right, so if I get this here, look guys, and I put that on there, and we're obviously got these stops there, we'll have to make allowances for those. But yeah, if I put it through the back, through there, it should, no, it won't fit through there, it's not big enough. But I think if we just put that on there for a second, just put that up against there, that's where it's gonna go. Okay, how many turns can we get on that? Right. Let's turn that round so that I can gauge that properly, you see. So oh, plenty, look at that. And there's the ridge. Yeah. So them knobs all fit. So we're alright there. We're alright there, guys. The Fidelity knobs will fit. The one we're going to have to get creative with, and we're probably going to have to make an extender for, is the channel knob. We'll probably have to make an extender, do something with that. Right, so basically guys, we're going to have to make an extender because I don't think that nut that we just had that'll fit. I don't think that'll fit that, but that won't come through here. It would. Actually, it probably would, guys. If I was to take this down a bit here, just mill this down a bit here with the Dremel, just take this down a bit so we could get a bit thinner to that diameter, then yeah, I probably would get it through. Probably would do it. Just take it down enough just to get it through, because we've got some hardware that goes on behind there as well. But you know, failing that, we'll sort that out. I mean, even if we have to use a knob extender, you know, we'll deal with that, no problem. Because the actual Fidelity knob, we can't use that. Although it's about the same. It's about the same diameter. We've got no screwdrivers now. Yeah, we have. This one's held on with a screw. So if I take that out, see, that one's held with a screw, and probably could actually, because the other ones are split. This one's bent and all. I'm not sure if it's bent on the shaft or whether the channel shaft itself is bent. This might be a bit longer, but that's what we're gonna do anyway, guys. Let's put that knob back on so we don't lose it, because you know. There's always somebody on a tighter budget than you might be prepared to buy your old knobs. There you go. Yeah, you can see where it's bent up there as you turn it around. It's been dropped on its channel control. But yeah, this is... Yeah, and we've got to take note when we're doing this, we've got a resistor on there, which is on the mic gain, funny enough. Hello, Gary. Yeah, I'm alright, Jason. Cheers, mate. No worries, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, what we've got here, guys, we've got a box. What I'm gonna do, everything that's going to be put into this is going to be kept in here now, and then when I've got it all together, all in one place, then we're going to start the build. See, I've got these standoffs here, guys, and these are not bad. They're all different size and all have their own positions, at least they did have, till I pulled that out. And we've now, so just jiggle that, there you go. And we've even got ones that are screwed directly into the bottom, that are screwed directly into somewhere. We've got a few, all different sizes. We've got pretty much every size that we want and plenty of nuts and screws. So we've got no problem with hardware. And if we need any, these are M3. But if we need any M2, we've got M2 as well, because we bought M2 by mistake. I got M2s by mistake, which are a size down. But that being said, you don't know, you see, so we may need those. Now we know what I did with the signal meter on this, don't we? I split the signal meter. That one works as RF. That one works solely as a signal meter. This one here, this is out of a Uniden. Uniden Uni-Ace 100. That come out of. That scrapped. It was working, but it was scabby, and it was worth more in bits than what it was as a complete radio. So we've got that one there, and the one that's built in, that one's RF. So when you key up, that moves across. When you unkey and you're receiving, that moves, that does what it's supposed to do. And all I did to do that was, there's a little wire link down here. You just cut that wire link and then solder one wire to the other side of it, and that separates your meter, and that's all it is, guys. I told Steve yesterday, and he says, "You're joking. See what, you just cut one link and it separates the meters?" I said, "Yeah." So we've got that there, and we've got this power supply here, guys. Let's see if the power supply will actually fit, because we've got this power supply here, and I want to use this. I want to use this, and look at that. I'm not going to leave it in the box like that. I'm going to take it out so more air can get around it. I'm not going to leave it in like that because it'll look tacky. And this has only got a single throw switch, this power supply. I want to put a double throw on the front. Anything that's not needed can be got rid of. These banana plugs can be got rid of. The fuse we'll leave where it will. We'll move the fuse. The fuse can be mounted at the back on the outside. And this has to have a new fuse holder. It is unplugged, by the way. I think this has to have a new fuse holder because that fuse holder these days is illegal. Can anybody tell me why the fuse holder is illegal? Does anybody know? I'll tell you why, guys. Because modern fuse holders, legal ones, the fuse should stay with the cap. It should pull out of there completely, and it doesn't. Because if you drop that in there and you plug it in, you run the risk of getting a shock. You probably wouldn't off this one because it's far away, but I have had a shock off one of these many years ago. I got a bit of a whiz off one of them, and so we're going to be using the other power supply for testing, because this has got a good power lead, so we'll continue to use that because there's no reason to change that. So basically, guys, we're putting everything in here that's going to be going with it. So we've got our power supply, we've got our radio, we've got our standoffs, got our channel changer. We'll put that in there. We're waiting on 2 VU. Man, I'll be able to fit everything in there. We're waiting on 2 VU meters. I was going to use the speaker out of the Fidelity, but it's open circuit, so I can't. You also get an inline fuse holder. What you do get an inline fuse holder, and I will be putting a separate fuse in here, because what I'll be doing, I'll be connecting this directly into this. It won't be a plug-in job, but I will put a fuse between these two, so that if there's a problem here, then it'll blow the fuse and not kill this. Or if there's a problem here, it'll blow the fuse and not kill this. You know, it's going to be well protected. And you're probably thinking, Andy, why are you using an old radio and why are you using an old power supply? Well, I'm using the radio because this particular board is very reliable. There's plenty of them about. I've got fucking 3 of them up there, and another one in the bedroom. I've got 3 of these fucking shit. I've got one in the cupboard in the kitchen. So I've got a few radios with this board. I've got a Rotel. I've got a Rotel 240. I was going to use the Rotel 240, but that would be sacrilege, wouldn't it, guys? You know, that would be depriving the world of a very good and rather nice condition Rotel 240, which is a valuable radio. So we decided to go for the Fidelity. The Fidelity is not as valuable, but in fact it's just as good. It's just as good. Of course it's just as good. It's got the same fucking circuit board in it. You know, it's exactly the same basically. Apart from the Rotel's got one more rotary knob than the Fidelity for the dimmer. But what we're going to do, guys, we're going to do some modifications. Because what we're going to do, we're going to put, if I move the power lead, we're going to put the power supply here. Power supply is going to go here. By the time we've got everything where we want it, power supply will be at the back here. Power lead will come out through a hole there. We may leave the back of the power supply on, because then we don't have to look for a grommet for the lead, because we can just drill a hole big enough for the lead to go through and the grommet, and we can fit the power supply straight to the back, minus its top and its front. Because we won't need the front, because I will actually though keep the information and put that on the back of the case for the power supply, 240 volts, 13.8 and all this lot. I will keep all that information with this. It'll get stuck on the back. I'll just cut the KB off. Just cut it off where it says KB. And CB radio power supply. just cut all them bits off and just keep the voltage information, and it can all go on the back here. But if we put this at the back here, guys, on some rubber standoffs to reduce hum, we can put this on the back here. We can drill a hole for the power lead to go through, a bigger hole than what we need, and we can mount that. We can mount this in. We can mount this then. We can mount it at the side here probably, or maybe not even at the side there, but we can certainly mount it at the back, and we can mount it at the bottom as well. So that's in there well and truly screwed in. I was going to use a switch mode supply, but they're noisy. I mean, people do use them, but I don't want to use a switch mode, because switch mode power supplies are noisy. I've seen them used, and I've seen my friend Graham Microchips, I think he used one, he put one in somewhere, and it worked well for him. But I don't want to put a switch mode in, I want to stick with a linear. It's what you prefer, but I prefer linear, and they're easier to repair this. I mean, this power supply, when I open it up to start modifying, making the changes I need, because the power supply will be the first thing that goes in, because it's easy. We've got to remove all these knobs off here, all these switches, controls, and they've all got to be put onto the front here. And that's not a problem really, because we can do that. Because we're going to get, once we've got rid of the channel control, we can cut some of this chassis off that we don't need. We've got to replace a capacitor there that's broken in half on the back. Little isolation, decoupling or isolation capacitor, got to replace that. No problem, the Harrier will come in handy for that, because that's got some of them on it. We've got to move the microphone socket. Well, we won't move that. We're going to put a brand new one, because I've got 4 of these in stock, these mic sockets, 4-pin mic sockets. So we'll put a brand new one on the front. Not sure where I'm going to put the mic socket yet. Probably going to put it over this side somewhere, nearest the radio, so we don't have to run wires all the way across. We're going to neaten all this wiring up here. All this is all going to be neatened up, and we've got 2. I can't show them yet, guys, because I haven't got them. But we've got 2 nice meters coming. We've got 2 meters coming, 2 signal meters, and they're basically VU meters. I might see if I can have some custom, if they come apart easy enough without destroying them. I might see if I can have some custom decals made for inside them, for RF power and signal. If not, I'll just leave them as they are. But we'll see if we can do a proper job there. They're illuminated meters. They're either 6 volt or 12 volt. It says we'll work on 6 volt or 12 volt. So I don't know whether they're putting. They might even have LEDs in them. They are plus and minus, so they might have LEDs in them. I do not know. But we'll find out when we get them. But they look old school and they're round. They've got like square bezels, but the actual meter bit is round. So what I'm hoping to do is drill a hole through where I want it. And I want to mount the meters, but I'm going to mount them from the inside. So just the bezels stick out and the square bit stays behind here out of the way. And you know, we'll put a really nice microphone with this. I don't know whether I'm going to recap this board yet. I'm not sure, probably not, because it's working. So, and these don't usually suffer with capacitor problems. These Cybernet 134 boards don't usually suffer from capacitor problems, but it will all be checked before it gets used. And the CBPA sockets, external speaker, they'll be moved to the back. They're isolated as well from the chassis, so they'll be isolated. everything will be done as it should be. See, the last one of these I did one a few years ago, but I repurposed a Marantz amplifier and I used a Rotel RVC230, hence where I got the channel changer, because when I scrapped that project because everybody told what I did. I used a switch mode computer power supply, and everybody kept telling me I had a buzz. And I couldn't get rid of it, probably because of the power supply, not the right job for CB use. So I decided to scrap it. I did a nice job. I repurposed all the holes, the original volume control hole, and managed to use that for the volume control. I managed to make the Rotel's volume control fit in there actually. And because it was a spline knob, the actual knob fit on it perfect, and it all. I used the mic socket for the headphone, used the headphone socket for the mic, but all the words just rubbed off, so I just rubbed all the writing off. The bass and treble, they became the squelch and RF gain. There was 3 switches at the top. One became high-low power, the other one became tone high and low, and the third one wasn't used, I don't think. Didn't use the third one, but I left it there in case one day I did. And there was a couple of LEDs, blue LEDs in there, and they became RX and TX indicators. I've ordered some nice RX, some nice lights as well. What they actually are classic car dashboard lights, but they're LED. And I think they've got chrome bezels, and I think they'll look good on this. I think they'll look good. I've got them in. You get them in 5 different colours. You get 5 of them. You get a red one, a green one, a blue one, an orange one, and I think a white one. Well, I'm gonna use the red and the green for. I'm gonna use the red for TX. I'm gonna use the green for RX. And this is going to get a, what do you call it, in the space here. We're going to try and save this space where these 2 tubs are, because I want Microchips to do modification. I want him to put one of his mid-band mod boards in. I'm usually dead against mid-banding and stuff like that. You know me, guys. I'm a staunch anti-mid-bander, anti-modder. But the way Microchips does them, he does them really well, and he does them nice, and they're always on frequency, and he doesn't take your board out and chop your board to fuck. I think he just removes your PLL, which he installs onto another board, I believe. And things just sort of like soldering. He can be turned back to factory just by taking his mod out and putting your PLL back in. And all he'll do, I'll have him do that. I was going to have him do the meter modification and the RX and TX mods, but I was able to do the RX and TX mods, and I was able to do the meter mod, because the last one I did, it only had 1 meter, and it was only a little small meter like that Uniden thing there. It come out, well, it was the Rotel meter. It was a Cybernet meter that come out of the Rotel 230. But I mean, none of this will get wasted. I'll throw the speaker away. Obviously, that's fucked. No good to man or beast. So we'll chuck that. We'll replace the speaker. I've ordered because I can't guarantee that I can accurately drill the holes here. I'd like to, but because I can't guarantee I can accurately drill it, I've ordered I'm going to cut a 3.5 inch hole in the front if I can. I say 3.5 because I'm going to allow 1/2 inch because I've got a speaker grill that I've bought. I'm waiting for a speaker grill coming, and we're going to put a speaker grill on here to cover the speaker, obviously. The speaker will be held in. Getting a fucking, I think it's, how many ohms is the fucking speaker? On these are usually between 8 and 16, usually 8 ohms. Doesn't fucking say on this one, but they're a pretty substantial speaker, as you can see. You know, they are a 4-inch, they are about a 4-inch speaker. So, you know, we want the hole a little bit smaller than the speaker that we're going to put in there. But, and there's the top, we've got ventilation in the top, we don't need any in the bottom. I need to think of some sort of access to get to the bottom of it. I might make this so it can be removed easy by a couple of screws on the bottom, a couple of screws in the side, then this can be, I'll probably have wires long enough so that it can be moved into a service position rather than chop the bottom up or something to make an access panel. But this is actually quite good, guys. I'm you know, I'd have to take into account that everything I do has to account for that lip. But that's nice, that, isn't it, guys? I mean, I think that's, you know, I'll tell you what, it weighs a bit more now than what it did, but we'll, you know, I like these Allen screws. I think these Allen bolts, I think they're a nice touch. Can I wind them in a bit further? Yeah. I'm just using an ordinary screwdriver that I know does fit these, but I just don't want it rattling about, and I'm probably going to lift it by that. So there we go. And we'll put the screws just loosely back in the top. But that's it, guys. I mean, you know, we'll see how this turns out. You know, but this will be a, what do you call it? This, I won't be doing this on a live session. I won't be doing this live, guys. This will be recorded. There'll be videos going up of this. It won't be live because I think it's too involved for that. And it won't be done over the course of one video, so it will be, that's it. Always when you put your screws in, guys, turn your screw backwards just slightly, and that way what it'll do, it'll let the thread engage without, so you don't strip the thread. And these are, I can't imagine these being very substantial screws. So just turn it back, you hear a click, and just screw them in. And that's all you do. Whoops. That's all you do, guys. Wonder how many of these screws we'll have left by the time we finish the cabinet, the build. There you go. They're a bit short, these, actually. I might buy the same diameter but go for slightly longer. That's not right. That's got to be right. No, it's not. I can see that cocked over. That's it. That's it. But this is what this is gonna be, guys. I mean, there you go. Are the screws on the bottom tight? I would imagine they would be, because there's no reason. No, they're not. No. See, I think the reason why they leave it loose, so you can take it apart. Yeah, that one's tight. That one is. And that one is. But yeah, that's nice, that, guys. It's got a few, well, it needs a good polish. But what I'll have done, when I've made the front and I've got everything and everything's set in stone, it's all drilled and everything's right, what I'll do, I'll mark it up and I'll have a decal made. I'll have a decal made that tells you what all the controls and things do. And we'll put some feet on the bottom of it, nice, some nice chunky feet for the bottom, and that's what we're gonna do, guys. That's our project. But that'll be done while I'm not doing anybody else's jobs. That's my, and it would help. That doesn't belong in there. But there's no reason why it can't be shoved in here somewhere. There we go. There you are. Yeah, same with you, Jason. You have a good day as well, my friend. 73s as well, also. Yeah. Absolutely, my friend. And Harvey doesn't eat much. He doesn't really. I mean, he doesn't really eat much, Harvey. You wouldn't call him a troffer, you know. Not compared to a pig. You know, wouldn't say a trough a lot, would we, Harvey? No, definitely not, my friend. Definitely not. But you know, I'm only taking the mick anyway. I'm only having a laugh with you. Always have a bit of fun. But yeah, so this could go back in the box in a bit, and that's just right, that, because I was thinking maybe a 3U case won't do. Maybe I should be going for a 4U case, but a 4U case would be that high, be an extra inch higher. So, and I think that'd be too much. And most home-based CB units I've seen, like jumbos and stuff, they are about this size. That's a bit bent. There again, it'll all settle down. But I like the thick aluminium front. I do like the aluminium front. Yeah, we may have to put a knob extender on for the channel change, but we'll worry about that when we get to it, guys, because we'll drill it all out. We'll drill it all out so that everything basically fits. And we want to get everything all in a line as well. But we can't do nothing until we get we've got a set of knobs coming. We've got some switches. We're going to put toggle switches on so we go, you know, rather than the shit that they put on at the factories. When they make these things, we're going to put proper toggle switches on, so it looks nice. And we'll have a toggle switch, which will be an extra one, and that'll be the one that microchips will be able to connect to, if he chooses to accept the challenge, which I think he will, because I think Graham likes a bit of a challenge. Morning! You alright? Yeah, not bad, thanks. Morning, Tommy! Yeah, Courtney, Tommy going to school. Yeah. Yeah, she's alright, my neighbour. We get on now, guys. We didn't at first, but we do now. I mean, we do. We get on great now. She's lovely, really. I think what it really was, guys, to be honest, let's put the camera on me, because you're just looking at fucking nothing there now. I think what it was, whoops. You don't want to look at me crotch. Let's see if we can come a bit further around now. There we go. You see, what I think I've turned the, what do you call it, down on this as well, guys. I've turned the exposure, put it onto automatic exposure, because it was whitening out my head and made me look like Willie Thorne. God rest his soul. But yeah, as I was going to say, guys, I think I had it all my own way for too long, because my neighbour, the last neighbour I had, Frances, she was an old woman and she was deaf. She was pretty much hard of hearing. She couldn't hear any noises down here, and I never heard her, because she was very quiet when she did have thick carpets, and she was very considerate, to be honest. I very rarely heard her. I mean, I had a house, there was about 12 in her flat one day, because her neighbours came, her family came from Canada, and they were lovely as well and knocked on. Have you got Wi-Fi? I says, yeah. So do you mind if we look into it while we're here? I said, no, I don't mind that at all. Anyway, they give me a tenner, so there's a tenner. So I don't want anything. Won't be daft. Anyway, but they forced me to take it, so made me accept it. So, but I think I had it my own way for too long, because it was lovely, always lovely and quiet. It was always lovely and quiet, never a problem. And then you get a young girl up there with a child, and yeah. So like my housing officer said, these flats are designed not for a single person. They're designed really. I mean, the council's love to get this flat back off me. They've tried. They said, don't you want to downsize and save the bedroom tax? I said, no, I'll pay the bedroom tax. I'll pay it because I want the extra bedroom. So I'll pay it out of my own pocket. But I think it's wrong, really. If Labour are going to do anything, the one thing they should do is get rid of that bedroom tax. That's the one thing they should be thinking about doing, is getting rid of that. But they haven't mentioned any of that stuff, have they? I mean, they've cancelled the plans, they've scrapped the plans to send the refugees over to Rwanda, which I thought was a bad idea anyway. But they've scrapped that. There's one or two other things, but they haven't mentioned anything that benefits the public yet, have they? Don't know whether you've noticed that. They haven't mentioned anything yet that's going to benefit us. See what they make of it. I think if they don't do anything within the first 2 years, then we should get them by the scruff of the neck. Okay, now. Somebody get a new toy for Christmas, did they? Noisy twat. We should grab them by the scruff of the neck and bail them into the fucking river. My opinion. But there again, that's only my opinion. But the problem is the British public, they've got no fucking backbone. The British backbone hasn't been seen since 1945. It's missing in action and stayed that way. The British have got the English and British have got no backbone. You know, fucking, I mean, look at the fucking French. You know, they're not happy. They fucking they all come out with the John Deeres. Block the streets off with a fucking couple of hundred John Deeres. You know, they all get the John Deeres out. You know. Over here they don't fucking do out. They fucking just say, yeah, okay. Do nothing but moan about it, but won't do anything else. You know, but they don't moan in the place where they should be moaning, which is government. They don't moan there. They moan at they moan to their friends and other people. Well, you see what's yeah, but nobody will do out about it. It's so tough, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, moving on to last night's football match. Fucking hell. Did anybody really think that England were gonna win? The last time we won was last time we won a fucking decent fucking match was in fucking 1966 against the Germans, and even that was rigged. The World Cup of '66, that was well rigged, and it's a well-known fact it was fucking rigged. It was only like 20-something years after the war. Of course it was rigged. Fucking hell, the Germans were never going to win that, no matter how they played. They were never going to win that because it was rigged. You know, well, if it weren't rigged, how come we've never won it since? We've never won it since. I don't think we'll ever win it because we haven't got the fucking staying power that we once had. We haven't got the fucking aggressiveness. You know, fucking... we haven't got the will to win, is what I'm saying, guys. The British haven't got, the English haven't got the will to win. You see, they get paid whether they win or not. I think what they should do is say, listen, if you don't win, you don't get paid. Or you get half your salary. If you don't win, you get half your salary. If you win, you get the full amount. That's what they should do. They should pay them based on wins. Not a fucking a zillion pound a fucking second like they do pay them for just kicking a ball around the field. I mean, look at that fucking Eric Cantona. He got done once. He got done for punching somebody, I think it was. He punched a fan. He got done for it. And what did they give him? They gave him community service. Or unpaid work, as they now call it. And what was the community service doing? What was it he got? To teach fucking kids how to play football. That weren't a punishment. Because he got to do something as a punishment that he fucking loved doing. It's like me getting done and they say, right, you've got to do electronics. You've got to teach people how to do electronics. You know, fucking, yeah, that wouldn't bother me because it's something I love doing. So, and I do it anyway, so at the end of the day, guys, you know, it's not a punishment, is it? You know, fucking, but, yeah, the fucking, you know, the English haven't got the will to win, guys. They really haven't, I mean, they haven't got the will to win. I mean, they couldn't fucking win if there was only them on the pitch and no opposition. Still fucking lose. Fucking bunch of wankers, as they say in London. Don't say wankers in London, you know, say wankers. They shake their hand when they do it. Wankers! Yeah, wankers! That's how they do it, innit, Harvey? You go, you wankers! Whereas we just say, yeah, wankers. But they are, aren't they, the British football team? They're a bunch of wankers. I mean, come on, fucking hell. They get paid all that money and they can't even put the effort in to win. I mean, yeah, okay, fucking, they're saying that Spain won late. Of course, it doesn't matter whether they won early or whether they won late. They fucking won. You know, it's, yeah, it doesn't matter, does it, whether they won early or late. The point is, they still won. You know, they still scored more goals than what fucking England scored. I think it was 2-1, wasn't it? The final score, I think it was 2-1. Spain 2, Spain 2, fucking England 1. I mean, 90 minutes on the field and all they could get was one fucking goal. Looking hell, they ain't fucking bothered. I mean, yeah, sometimes one goal can be useful if the other team doesn't get one. You know, if the other team doesn't get one, then yeah, one goal can be fucking useful. You know, you only need one if the other team doesn't get one. But if the other team gets one, then you fucking need one. You know, whatever the other team gets, you need twice as much. You need double it. So, you know, no, they couldn't fucking win. They couldn't win if there was a play. If they were just fucking kicking it amongst themselves, they couldn't fucking win. Waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of effort. Waste of effort. I mean, I don't like football anyway, but I don't understand why I'm talking about it. Probably because there's fuck all else to talk about. But there we go, guys. There's millions of people that do like it. And what's Harvey whinging about? I knew Spain with the French riot. The British are scared of criminal race. Yes, that's true. They do though, don't they? They get the fucking John Deeres out, don't they, the French? Come out with the John Deeres and you might see a little grey Ferguson with them as well somewhere. Let's see it over further up here. That's all Harvey. Yeah. Heavy rain coming to London tomorrow. Yeah. Well, when it rains tomorrow, Harvey, you can shake your hand like that and go, "You wanger!" to God. I knew Spain would win, obviously. Never, yeah. They should get paid on performance. Yes, that's what I've just said. Yeah, or words to that effect. Yes, I agree. The rich and famous always get away with it. Correct. Not me, but most do. I'm posh. Yes. What? You don't go, "You wanger." Oh yeah, you are posh, Harvey, I forgot. Because you don't say bastard, you say bastard. Yeah, you say bastard. Today rain until tomorrow, Andy. Right. It's not here, it's fucking beautiful here, Harvey. I might get you jealous in a minute and go outside with the camera. But it's fucking beautiful. I'm not sitting here all day yapping to you lot. I'm going outside in a minute and going to enjoy the warm weather. It's nice here. Lovely. It says rain coming, but I'm going to get a bit of sun before it does. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just thought I would come on and I will show you what we've got coming up in the near future. The foreseeable future. Yeah. And one day we might get back onto the homemade amp. I'm actually going to buy a new transformer for that because I've got that one there I was going to use, but when I've done it I'll probably sell it. So I'd like to sell it with all good parts, so I'll probably put new transformers in it and I get more money for it as well and make it more valuable. But this I'm going to keep this is going in my shack. When it's done, this is going in my shack. I don't know where I'm going to put it in my shack, but it'll go in there. Find somewhere for it, guys. But, I mean, but I'm not saying it's bigger than I thought it was. It's not actually. Well, it is a little bit high. Well, it's not actually, because I knew the size. I measured it as just over 5 inches in depth, in height. And depth it's about, yeah. It's about what I expected. In fact, it's actually a bit more than what I expected because it looks a bit narrower on the pictures from front to back, the depth. But yeah, I knew what the length was going to be and I knew what the height was going to be. And I had an idea that the depth would be somewhere approaching where it is. So I was expecting I was expecting the dimensions of this to be. I will get some handles. I will actually buy some handles for this when I've done it all. You don't get the handles with it. It doesn't state that, but it just shows you this with no handles on it, so you automatically know you don't get the handles with it. But you can buy rack mounted handles if you want them. They're about, and they're fairly cheap. So, you know, we'll see. So this is going to be our project. Everything that turns up for this is going to end up inside, and then once we've got everything we need, we'll start the series of videos. And what I'll also do, I'll probably bring the drill press onto the bench, and I'll do a little bit of showing you. We do cutting a few of the holes out and stuff as well. So you know we can. So you know you get to see a bit of all of it. We're not going to paint it. Why would we need to? It's powder coated. I may get a little insert for the channel display, because I'm going to have to cut that out with the Dremel. But the last time I cut one of them out with the Dremel, I actually did a nice job, and I got it. I believe it or not, guys, I got it spot on. I just cut it with the right size small Dremel disc, and it was the right size to do it. And it cut a nice neat square, and the channel display just came through it lovely. So we may even go that route, where the channel display will just come through with no diffuser. So you know, probably going to do that. But who's that? Who's coming? Somebody's coming underneath in between Harvey. Who's that? Oh, it's David. Hello, David. Harvey, search for this on YouTube. Injecting the sky. Met Office confirmed. Geo-engineer. Oh, we know that. Look at that. We'd all have been putting shit into the air for fucking years. Look at that. I've been doing that for years, David. My dad even said that. He said, where do you think all these fucking cancers are coming from? You know, it's all the shit they're putting in the air. Of course it is. We know that, mate. Anyway. So that's it, guys, for this for now. I just thought I would unbox this. I'll leave it on the bench because I'm expecting the postie today, and I'm expecting a delivery for Yodel, because they're sending out my signal meter. They've got me signal meters. There's a lot of stuff coming by Royal Mail. My knobs, my switches, a few other things. It's all coming by Royal Mail. I've got 2 packages there packed up, ready to go to Matthew tomorrow. His record player, that got finished last night. I mean, it does run a bit fast. I spoke to him on the phone this morning, and I told him that the motor rotor I've put in is cut slightly differently, and it is a bit fast. He said, don't worry, he said, I've got a load of motors here. So he's gonna, but we already knew he was gonna do that himself, because I've got no 4-speed motors. So he's gonna put a 4-speed one in himself. Oh, it happens everywhere, David. Of course it does, mate. You know, of course it does. It happens everywhere. They're all at it. You know? But if people don't fucking stand up and say, listen, you fuckers, then they're going to keep doing it, aren't they? It's going to just go on, innit? But people won't stand up and say, look, you know, enough's enough. Anyway, guys, I'm going to come back to over here. Oh, man, I've still got a sore side, you know. Because I've got to go and give Scraps his dinner in a minute. Because he's whinging and it's 8 minutes past. It's 10 past. Oh, it's actually 18 minutes past. I recommend these, Andy. Let's have a look. Let's put my glasses on. Yeah, I will put a cooling fan in there. Under screen mesh, yeah. Yeah, I probably will put a fan in there. I mean, it shouldn't need it, but I probably will. You know, I probably will put a fan in. It'll keep it cool, won't it? You know, what we'll do, guys. That's a good idea. Put a fan in there. Really, Gary, I understand that. I won't deal with Amazon, I'm afraid. Not that I'm being petty, but I've seen how they treat their workers at that big fucking place at Manchester Airport. I worked there for one night and I didn't go the next night, so that they treat you like a lump of shit, mate. So I won't buy anything from Amazon. I try and avoid it. And so far, for most of the time, I have done it, well, forever. I've managed it. You know, anyway, what we'll do, guys, what we'll do, we'll get the thing built. We'll get the thing built, and we'll see how. What we'll do, we'll chuck a temperature probe down one of the grills, and we'll see how warm it gets in there. I can't see it getting too hot because the power supply doesn't run red hot. Is that you, Christine?
Yeah, it's me, Andy.
Oh, lovely. You're just in time.
Just taking Scraps out.
Give me his dinner first.
He's had his dinner.
He hasn't.
Yes.
When?
I gave it him before because he was in pain with his leg.
Oh.
Have you given me dinner?
No, I was going to give him it in a minute.
He had it before.
Right, well, I didn't know. You never told me. Yeah.
With his leg.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got a bit of Coca-Cola from a bit of Pepsi from last night, guys. Oh, I'm not even on the camera, am I? Fucking hell, Andy, you meathead. There we go. Yeah, so basically, guys, I'm happy with my my 3U rack box. It's exactly what I wanted. I mean, 3U is about an amplifier size anyway. Well, I've got an amplifier here. It's 2U. This McGregor's 2U. I've got one in the bedroom that's 1U. Believe it or not. Well, it's either 1 or 1.5. It's very narrow. Very narrow. It's narrower than this thing. I'll move to Australia then. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you go, Harvey, you'll still moan, mate. They're all 19-inch, aren't they, rack mount? You're pretty much standard, innit? Yeah, I know you can get some other stuff that's classed as rack mount, but it's not really because it's smaller. But your standard 19 inches rack mount is 19. Your standard rack mount size is 19, isn't it? Yeah, that's 19 inch. And that was why it was bought, because I bought it. I thought, well, I'll go I could have gone 2U, probably no, I wouldn't have got the power supply in. Yeah, I might have done actually. But I would have had to change the transformer for a toroidal transformer because the transformer might have been a bit high. So I would have probably had to go for a toroidal transformer. I didn't want to. I don't want to add any expense where I don't really have to. Not that I'm going to skimp on the project, I'm not. I am going to buy new where I need to buy new. But the radio I don't, well I don't like new radios anyway, they're crap. They're all fucking no switches on them, they're all menu driven. I could have built me 3900 in it. 6900 in it, sorry. I could have built me fucking me CRT 6900 in it, but I didn't want to do that. Not that I think it's a waste of a radio, and we're not depriving the world of a rare radio by doing that, but I just didn't want to. Because I could sell that and get my money back. Still got the box and the standard mic, and we'll find a nice mic for that when it's done as well. I've got some nice desk mics. We'll find a nice desk mic to put on that. I've got a Leeson, which is badged as a Handmaster, but it's actually a Leeson. Well, I actually think they're Turner's, them Leesons, and they're made by Turner. I've got a Turner Fist mic. I've got another Ham International Handmaster as well, which is a nice mic. I don't know what it sounds like. I got it given, but it's a nice looking mic. So we'll put when we finish the build, we'll do a demonstration on that after I've had the modification and everything done. We'll do a radio check, and we'll use find a nice mic for it, put a nice mic on it. Probably put the Leeson on it. The Leeson sounds really good no matter what radio you put it on. So I'll more than likely use the Leeson. And I have a few short SM mics. I've got an SM50, I think it is here, the one I use on a Sunday. I think that's an SM50 or an SM51. SM50, they're an expensive mic now. You know, they sell for good money, SM50s and SM51s and shit like that. That kind of stuff. What is this? I think it's an SM50. SM58. Dual impedance. 50 and 150 ohms. Unidirectional dynamic, made in the USA. The only downside to this, guys, and there is a downside to it, there's no fucking switch on the bastard. That's the only problem with this, there's no fucking switch on it. You know, where did they get off not putting a switch on a mic so you can turn the cunt off? You know, I don't know where they get off doing that, but there's no switch. But there again, it's a good mic. It's well worth, but they fetch good money. I would like to go back, but take my modern tech with me. Well, none of your modern tech would work, would it? Your mobile phone, your laptop. Well, it would work, but you wouldn't be able to make any calls or anything. It'd work as a device, you know, but you wouldn't be able to make any calls or download any apps or, you know. If I was given a choice now, guys, if another, do us a coffee, Christine. if another entity came down to me now and says, right Andy, no, there's no concrete in them, that's for sure. No, there's no concrete in them, they're really good mics. You know, good mics.
Yeah, Andy.
My cup's in the kitchen. You know, but they are good mics. You know, but, you know, a switch would have been nice, but hey, you know, why moan? Ah, Mike bought me coffee. Thanks, Mike. I sent him a manual last night for his radio. So he bought me a coffee, which is nice of him. There we go, guys. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there. I just thought I'd come on and show you my little, my new box, which, if everything goes to plan, which it probably won't, but if everything goes, well, you're going to see most of what's going on anyway. I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to put the pillar drill. I'm going to put the drill press. I'll get some scrap wood and stuff and put the drill press on the bench. I won't plug it into the bench because I think the bench is only a 3 amp fuse. Could be a 13, I can't remember. But we'll plug that into a proper plug socket with an extension. And you can see me drill some of the holes, and I've got my hole, I've got pretty much all the gear to do it. You have a good day as well. You have a good day as well, Gary. All of you have a good day, even, you know. I'll be back this way at 7:30. I'll be back this way at 7 tonight. So if anything else turns up for the build, you'll get to see it go in the box. And then once we've got everything in one place, we'll start the build. But we're going the build, but it's not going to be live. None of it is going to be live. It's going to be videoed, and you know, it talks about as it gets done, because it's one of those situations where, you know, I'm not going to be able to be on it all the time, and there might be a few days where I can be on it and stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, mine does. I mean, I bought mine. Mine's a Clark. A Clark are cheap, but it does the job. I bought that. How long have I had it? I bought that in the early 2000s. It's a really, really good tool. It's, you know, it does the job. I've got me what do you call it? I've got me what do you call it, drills, me step drills. Them step drills, they'll come in handy for doing the knobs. You know, for getting the right diameter for the knobs. You just do, what you do, you hit it with a pilot hole. You hit them with a pilot hole, get them nice and straight. Hit them with a pilot and they're evenly spaced. Hit them with a pilot hole, and then fucking and then hit them with the drill press. But what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to cover it with masking tape. I'm going to cover the front with masking tape, because you know the old adage, when you've got a drill and you go, fuck that, I don't want to scratch my nice new front. I don't want to put a dirty big fucking wiggly scratch all the way down it somewhere. So we're going to be, wherever we're drilling, we're going to be covering with masking tape. But we're going to be doing that anyway to mark things. I have a Black & Decker 1970 drill press. Be a good one as well if it's 1970, because Black & Decker were making good stuff then. I mean, I've got a Black & Decker fucking hammer drill. Well, it's not strictly a hammer drill. It has a hammer function. It's just a drill, and I've had that since 1993. It's had smoke coming out of it. It's been stuck on it. It's been stuck in a wall with a drill bit hanging off it. You know, hanging off a drill bit, and there's no reverse, you know, and it's had smoke pouring out of it, all sorts of shit. Hang on a minute, guys.
Sorry to interrupt, folks. We'll be back after this message.
Yeah, right, guys, I've got Matt on the phone. We're just discussing some valves he's after. I'm going to have to go and look in the manual and stuff. I'm going to end here, and I'll catch you all at 7 tonight, guys. You all take it easy. And bye for now, guys and girls.